There was a time when time stood still and the hour didn't matter, when men were men and life back then had a different kind of value.
What is our purpose here on earth? There are times we feel like aliens in our own planet, not understanding the conflicts we face and create amongst one another. The imbalance we see and feel within our own body, almost as if there were two different people living inside of us. This can be frustrating and confusing. In fact, these imbalances appear in our actions to others, and we therefore create a blame game and start pointing fingers outside of us, when in reality, all lies within us. We need to learn about our differences, the turmoil we feel inside our heads and hearts. Many are labeled with mental diseases, when in reality, it is the awakening of our consciousness, the newfound knowledge of our duality, the tapping into other dimensions. This can appear as a mental disorder, when in reality, it is not. The sooner we accept who we are and learn from our actions, the sooner we will heal and become one again. Our purpose is to grow, to feel compassion and unconditional love for all, including ourselves, to feel joy and love in each and every moment, and knowing that there is no right or wrong. Things just are. We are the ones that complicate things and create labels to justify our feelings and actions. Grow spiritually, and you will grow emotionally as well.
Sometimes I dream of her at night, although I needed to get far away from her, I still think of her at times. She was me for oh so long, that her essence lingers in my heart so strong. She was me and I was her, for so very long. That was then, this is now. Time to move on with our lives somehow. Let us cherish the old times and make new ones for well, good evening, everyone. My name is Mark Angelo Cummings.
And I'm Violet Cummings.
And we are Artistic Souls. And we'd like to welcome you to another Transformation Show. Gosh, so many things are happening so quickly. You know, this show is the Transformation Show where science meets spirit for change. And there are so many changes happening in our planet and within ourselves. Life goes so quickly, and it seems like time just going faster and faster. These changes that are taking place are very much needed. There's a lot of emotional ruckus in our lives, financial problems, people losing their homes, people getting all sorts of diseases, wars. It just never ends. And then to make matters worse, we have grown men fighting amongst one another to try to be our leader. I say shame on them. A leader needs to learn how to lead from the heart. A leader needs to be someone that leads by example. Yet all I see these grown men do is fight amongst one another. They don't tell us what each one of them are going to do for us. No, instead, they go around and tell us what the other one is not doing. Nitpicking, gossiping, doing everything that is against our spirit and our higher selves. I'm not going to get into politics because I'm not a political man. I'm a spiritual man. And I think this is what we need in our world. And this is part of the transformation that's taking place. Our planet's tired. She's tired of being hoked and poked, drilled. All the resources that we take away from her, yet we never replenish a thing, because we think we deserve it all. God made man to rule the world. So we think. No, we are just part of this beautiful, energetic planet that goes round and round in the universe, along with all the other beautiful stars and moons and things that surrounds us. The animals, the rocks, the trees. We're all one. And we have forgotten our harmony. We have forgotten to do things from the spirit, from the heart. This change that's coming is very much needed, because we need to learn our lesson. We need to realize that we're not the center of the universe. Yes, we are creator gods, but we have taken our responsibility in the wrong direction. We are here to create, and love is that creating force. And we have put love in the back drawer somewhere. So this show that Violet and I are doing for you is in hope to get you to awaken, to start to realize what is going around you, what is happening in your universe, and to hopefully change for the better. Physically, we've let our bodies go to, I hate to use the word, doo-doo. We've let ourselves totally fall apart by eating the wrong kind of foods, by stressing ourselves, by imbalancing our daily roles. We need to focus and savor the moment. We need to realize that we're not here to multitask and to make some big corporation rich. We're here to learn many lessons. And these lessons are all around you, but we're failing to listen. Well, enough of my rambling. Yes, I do that a lot. Anyway, on today's show, we're going to do our usual, teach you exercise. I've been getting a lot of responses, people that work behind a desk and a computer all day, and they're having a lot of problems with their neck. So today, we're going to talk about neck exercises and how to alleviate that tension that we build throughout the day. Violet will teach you her beauty tip of the day, which is?
Yes, it's going to be how to make a homemade body scrub.
Homemade body scrubs. That sounds delicious, or I don't know.
Exfoliating body scrub.
Oh, okay. And also, the recipe of the day is?
Butternut squash salad.
So, sit back and enjoy the show. That was then, this is now. Time to move on with our life somehow. Let us cherish the old times and make new ones for now. Oh, hi. Very common neck problems when we're on the computer, especially if you're working on a laptop and you don't have an ideal work situation. This is the wrong way to work on your computer, but unfortunately, where I'm living at right now, I don't have the comforts of a nice ergonomically correct table and desk for me to work on. So the next best thing is to actually do exercises and certain techniques to alleviate the tension from their neck muscles. So I'm going to show you today different techniques that you can do to alleviate that pain, to strengthen those neck muscles so that you can get longer periods of time on the computer without having that little crick in your neck. So stay tuned. There are a lot of muscles in your neck that can create a lot of headaches, a lot of tension in what we call your upper traps, and even actually start affecting your medial part of your back. The neck muscles, once aggravated, are kind of difficult to alleviate, so they become a chronic condition. Now most of you either work on a computer all day or have some sort of sit-down job where you're constantly either cranking your neck in a certain direction, whether it be talking on the phone. I mean, I know most of you do one of these things, which is horrifying, and what it does is create an imbalance in your neck muscles. If you start getting a little bit of a pinched nerve around the neck, then you're really dealing with problems. You can get migraines, earaches, headaches, all sorts. And that stiff neck syndrome is pretty hard to get rid of. So I'm going to teach you a few techniques to alleviate the problem. Number one, Before you're actually going to go sit in front of that computer, I want you to start doing a little bit of what we call rolling shoulders. Okay, and what this does, kind of like warms up the muscles adjacent to the neck, so that when you sit down for those long hours, you're not going to start getting all that stiffness. And you're going to roll them forward, just like this. Okay, nice and slow and controlled. You could even add a little bit of movement from your neck as you do this. Almost kind of like telling them, hey guys, you're getting ready to work. So when you're doing this in front of a computer, you don't seem to realize what happens. But this kind of movement or this kind of position actually creates a lot of tightening. It automatically just tenses up all this area here. So again, get them ready. Let them know, hey, we're going to be doing some heavy-duty typing here, or some heavy-duty writing, or whatever it is that you do, or being on the phone, so that they know what's going to be happening. So once you've warmed up the muscles, and you get yourself going, you're going to start doing clockwise and counterclockwise movement. You start off in the center, then you go down, following with your eyes, slow and controlled, making sure your eyes are open, and that you're gently creating this movement. And you're going to do 5 repetitions one way, and then 5 repetitions the opposite, clockwise and counterclockwise. When you're doing this, be very mindful. You shouldn't be talking like I'm doing now. What this is doing is it's lubricating all the vertebrae inside your neck. And you want to do this very slowly. Again, no talking. No all of a sudden somebody calls you and you just look, because you can't hurt yourself. Your neck has a lot of nerve roots. And these nerve roots can become very inflamed. And I'm sure many of you have had that saying, pain in the neck. Well, when you have a kink or you've slept wrong, it's very, very painful. And it's not fun. After you've done your rotation clockwise and counterclockwise, 5 repetition each way, you're going to take a little break, and then you're going to do the lateral movement. Start off looking in the middle, and then going as far as you can go. Don't overdo it. Respect your range of motion. Some of you might have very tight upper traps, which are these guys right here, and the tight upper traps might limit your natural range of motion. Slow, controlled movements. I'm going to demonstrate one more time. You're going to do 5 repetitions each way. Take a break, and then repeat. Respect your pain tolerance. Respect your fatigue level. Some of you may not have worked your neck muscles in quite a while, if ever, and they might fatigue and you might start feeling a little bit of discomfort. You want to start out slowly. Another good movement is you look all the way up towards the ceiling. Again, respecting the range of motion. You don't want to hyperextend, because you will create a little bit of nerve root irritation. So just start in the middle, go up. When it starts to feel uncomfortable, you stop, and then go all the way down. Up towards the ceiling, and having your chin kind of like touching your chest. Up to the ceiling, chin touching your chest. Again, you're going to do 5 repetitions. Take a break and repeat. What this has done is lubricating all the vertebrae around your neck area, and kind of lubricating things and allowing the nerve roots and all the nerve endings that you have in that particular area to kind of relax. Now, if you want to focus on strengthening your neck muscles, this is what you need to do. Using your hand, as a form of resistance, you're going to put pressure against your hand, but you're kind of giving yourself resistance. You're having a little tug of war. Don't overdo it, but just create enough tension. This is isometrically working your neck muscles. You do the same thing on the other side. You hold it for 3 to 5 seconds, and you relax. You could do 5 repetitions on each side, do it to the other side, take a break, and then repeat the set. This also is great for relieving any kind of tension that you might have in the neck. Sometimes we feel like we have a little trigger point, and sometimes maybe because you slept wrong or you just turned wrong, you were driving and backing up and just kind of, you felt like, oh, this will help release that. Because a lot of times what happens is you get a little bit of a kink and the nerve root gets kind of in between the vertebrae, so this will help alleviate that tension. And you could also do it putting your hand in front of your forehead and as almost like you're trying to push forward, but you're not letting yourself. You're creating a little tension. And you can do the same thing, putting your hand behind your head and going backwards. Okay, all these exercises you have to be very careful and very mindful because you can't hurt yourself. So don't be overzealous and don't overly do it with your strength. Don't like really try to fight yourself. Just slight tension. This is going to really release a lot of that trigger point kinks in the neck that you have, and eventually during long-term use will actually make your muscles in the neck a lot stronger. The upper traps are very important as well for computer work or any kind of sitting down position, so that you develop more of a stamina when you're doing these things. So what you want to do is you want to take 2 or 3 pound weights, a pair of them, and you're going to bring them to the bottom just like this, pretend I have weights, and you're going to go shrug and down. Shrug, pretending that your shoulders are going to be touching your ears, and then down. This also is great to build the stamina for long-term use of the computer, sitting down, doing paperwork, or just overall strengthening your upper traps, which is very good to protect the neck muscles. Next thing is the best thing of all. If you have a significant other that is willing to give you a little TLC, I'm going to go ahead and show you the kinds of massage that they could do to help release that tension from a hard day's work. And for this, I'm going to use Violet. So what you want to start doing is, first of all, you want to release some tension by slowly massaging the ear. It's almost like giving a little bit of an acupuncture or acupressure in the ear. Then you want to go down the jaw and release some tension there. But just the actual triggering with your fingers around the jawline is going to release a lot of tension. Some of you chew gum throughout the day, which can develop a little bit of what we call TMJ. So by just releasing a little bit of that tension will really do your loved one a world of good. Then you're going to move their head slightly and push down on the shoulder. You're going to create a little bit of a stretch. Once you've done that, you can leave them resting. You can either put a little pillow on the side for them or just kind of just tell them to leave their head to that side. And then slowly, with your fingers, almost like if you're playing a piano, you're going to go up and down that upper trap. Then you can also put a little bit of lotion or oil. And with that one particular hand, just kind of do this little circle motion like this. And then grab the upper traps, almost like if you're kneading dough. Violet's upper traps are very tight. Usually happens when individuals are uptight, type A personalities. Their upper traps tend to take all the tension. What you did to one side, you want to do to the other. Also start going down with your fingers around the vertebrae. Kind of releasing the tension or the trigger points. Up and down. And if you feel they have a tension area, you might just want to keep your thumb in that area and hold it for a little bit. These are trigger point releases that can be done. And then just kind of like circulate, brushing up and down. And I'm sure that feels real good, right, bud?
Yes, it does.
It also helps, before you do this, if you put a couple of hot packs around the upper trap area, and the hot packs could kind of get down to the shoulder blade area. You do this before you actually do the trigger point releases or the massage. It'll make it a lot easier and a lot less painful and more pleasant for the person that you're doing this with. So let me know. Let me know if all these things are working for you. And if you have any questions or concern, you can always contact us at markangelcummings@yahoo.com or go into our website, www.thetransformationshow.com. If you don't have a significant other that can give you that wonderful massage, then there's ways of doing this to yourself. You take your fingers, okay, as if you're actually trying to play a piano, and you go up and down all the way to your ear and down all the way to the end of your shoulder. If you find you have a tender point, or what we call a trigger point, then with your thumb, you're going to just put pressure, slow and gentle at first. You start pushing in a little bit more, breathing, and you'll start feeling that muscle unwind. You feel it different areas, and you'll feel what we call a tension release. And sometimes you'll feel like a little pain on the opposite side. Like right now, as I'm pressing here, I feel it towards the back of my shoulder blade. You do it on both sides. And you could actually knead it as if you're kneading the tension out, right around the clavicle. You could also, with your fingers, up and down. Of course, it is much nicer if you have somebody else do it for you. But if you don't, do the trigger point releases with your thumb, or just kind of kneading, almost like if you're playing a piano. Hot packs are awesome to release a lot of that tension and to relax some muscles. Now, if you have a pain in the neck, the advisable treatment is to use ice, a cold pack. Cold constricts, heat dilates. If you have an injury, you want to put cold, because cold will decrease the inflammation by constricting. But now if you're just tight, heat will dilate, which means it will relax the muscle and will release the tension. If you have any question, give us a call, 575-538-5027, or email us and visit our website. We're here for you. We want to hear your feedback. We want to hear your concerns. Thank you.
In the winter months, our skin gets very dry. Exfoliating with a natural body scrub to remove dead skins from the skin surface is essential, along with natural oils such as coconut oil, shea butter, or coconut butter will make the skin feel very nice, soft, and healthy. Most store-bought scrubs have a lot of harmful chemicals in them. This particular scrub that I'm going to show you how to make is all natural, very easy to make, and is used in the islands. What you will need is vitamin E oil and kosher salt. You take 1/8 of a cup of vitamin E oil and 1.5 tablespoons of kosher salt, and you mix in a bowl. You apply this to your wet skin and gently massage in a circular motion throughout your whole entire body for a few minutes. Then rinse and shower. You will be amazed on how wonderful and soft and healthy your skin will feel. By the way, I'd love to hear feedback from you. If you like my tips, if you're enjoying them, if you have tried any of them, if you have any particular questions or concerns, please email me or call me. Today I'm making butternut squash salad. Take 2 cups of cut and cubed butternut and steam them for about 10 minutes. After you steam them, set them aside and let them cool. While the butternut is cooling, you're going to cut your ingredients, which is a stalk of celery, 2 tablespoons of cilantro, 2 tablespoons of purple onion, mince 1/2 of a clove of garlic, and if you like, it's optional, if you like spicy, 1 tablespoon of jalapeno, and 1/4 cup of tomato, diced tomato. You're going to put all this into the salad, into the squash. The tomatoes also. Here I have 2 tablespoons of plain yogurt and 1 tablespoon of mustard. And you're going to sprinkle some curry powder on it, some Italian seasoning, some paprika, and some Parmesan cheese, and then mix. This is a very easy salad. If you want to make it a little heartier, you can add some nuts to it, some walnuts, about 3 tablespoons of walnuts, and if you would like to put some protein in it, you can. You can put about 1/2 cup of chicken in it or turkey, and to make it more nourishing. Right now I'm just making it plain. Make sure all ingredients are stirred in well. And here it is.
Breathe. Breathe as if your life depended on it. Feel the breath as the air circulates your lungs. Really take notice of the stranger that has entered your body. Not being part of you, yet needing it so. Without it, your heart would stop, your brain would give out, and you would no longer exist. What does this tell you? That you are in need of many things to survive. Although most of us walk around life feeling we need no one or nothing, arrogantly feeling self-centered and in control of this earth and everything around us. Yet we are very much dependent on one another and everything Mother Earth provides. We tend to destroy everything around us, feeling no remorse for what we do or say. Take the time to realize what surrounds you. The water that soothes your throat when you are thirsty. How it feels when it goes down, effortlessly, gently, reaching your stomach, quenching your thirst. We fail to take notice of the little things in life that mean so much because we are always multitasking, rushing through our daily events, being too busy with work or tasks, instead of living in the moment and in the now, and being grateful for what we have. Start now. Learn to do one thing at a time, to indulge in the process. Savor the moment and your actions, and be grateful for every breath you take. Namaste.
She really has your hook. A plan to take everything from you. Really strong. We can't go on. She will return us back to basics. Fires everywhere, houses upside down.